It's the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. Katy Perry shows us how in on the joke she is, and it went over about as well as her 11-minute girls trip to the clouds.
Oh, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10 is here. After 2 whole weeks off, Drag Race is back with a cooter slam. And yes, she is going to jump from there.
And a singer breaks her NDA to accuse Nathan Fielder of duping her into spending thousands of her own dollars to compete in a fake singing competition. But girl, looking back, the signs were there.
Girl, all that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Florida Stanley. Hi, Edith. Hey, Heather. Hey, Sarah. Hey, guys. Welcome. It's Pod in the City. We're live every Wednesday at noon. And in case you didn't know, Rebecca, babe.
Oh, girl.
One, thank you so much. You went back and literally commented on every one of our videos this whole week. So you're amazing. If you didn't know, we have moved up our drop schedule. So you're kind of getting excited here, I hope. I have no idea. Amanda, what are some of the things we're going to talk about?
Oh, God, let me talk. Can you hear me? My mic's like all over the place.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, great. We're going to talk about Ramona singer, Love Hotel, The Valley, Scheana Shay regrets the Masked Singer because she can't stand up her own damn comments. We're going to talk about Next to Normal, some movies, and The Rehearsal, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Katy Perry always makes the news over here, too.
Katy Perry is really like at the head of her own demise here, and it's disturbing. It's like, what is going on in her brain? Honestly. Anyway, I hope you guys are here ready to, 1, hit subscribe if you're new, and 2, if you're not and you're like in here, hit like, babe. Can you help us out? We're trying to grow. We did have a growth meeting before this, and we're locking in. We're locked in. All right.
So do you want to tell them the plans?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to let it ride. I don't ever think that really revealing plans always works out the best. So I'm going to let it ride. But hit subscribe, hit like. Also, please make sure that you check out our other episodes. Obviously, we started out here as a Sex and the City podcast. So this week, we are ranking all the episodes of season 1. And it was a challenge because we really did. Now, please put in your comments and the guesses. Put your guesses in the comments. What episode do you think we liked the best? And what episode do you think we liked the worst or least?
I don't even remember.
We ranked the men of Sex and the City. There's a lot of controversy on there, so check it. Then check out our Patreon, guys. It's patreon.com/podinthecity. You know what you can do is you can just go over there, join for free, listen to like the 15-minute clip. Clip?
Is it 15 minutes they give you?
I thought it might be.
I don't know.
Anyway, go check it out. There's like a clip. Maybe it's only 30 seconds. I don't know. It's somewhere between 30 seconds and 15 minutes. Go check it out and listen. You'll get to hear from our Vanderpump Rules episode. And this last week we did Smash. And I don't usually like to listen back to our thing, but I did listen to this. And I will say it was pretty darn funny.
All right, great. Yeah, this was a great episode of Smash too. Everyone needs to watch Megan Hilty just perform that number. And then just imagine, well, they don't even show Catherine McPhee doing it because she physically cannot. But just watch that. And then remember that we're supposed to be rooting for Karen. Oh, good. Somebody's blowing leaves right outside. Thank you. Perfect. It's going to be.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Weekly Roundup.
Let's get into some hot topics. It's a big show today. Holy shit.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. Hi, friends who are joining. Rebecca, thanks. I love the idea of ranking Carrie's sucks as a friend moments.
There's too many to name, Rebecca.
I mean, right? It would be a 12-hour podcast episode. Just go episode by episode and say
there's
every
one
way
for
she's
episode.
terrible. All right, so we're going to start with terrible. And this Katy Perry thing is bugging me, okay? If you've been on TikTok or any, I'm guessing other social medias, her song Thinking of You has like gone viral for this. I'm going to root it back to this man on TikTok. He has one of the earliest videos. He's very much doing the tongue sticking out with the eye bulging, which Katy seems, it's come out that Katy has an issue with this, I guess.
Which is great. It's the Indian Summer song, which we both were talking before we started here. We both like this song. Like, it's been in my head. It's Indian Summer, that song. I love it being in my head. It's very catchy, it's singable, listenable, and Katy Perry has been given this gift of like
exactly
a TikTok song moment too. Do you know how big of a deal that is? Because those songs never leave your fucking head. And those are like the song of the moment. And I think she's trying to be funny, but she's like not. I think she takes herself too seriously to be able to actually make fun of herself.
It was weird because I think she's just also reacting to like that everyone hates her tour and is dogging it out in every way possible.
Well,
but it got time to be like this point in the show where she sings a song from acoustic and she's standing there with like her guitar and she starts singing the song and she's making like these faces, which again, I feel like she's pressed.
We're not that different. Like if she just sang it like that and then never referenced it, everyone would not even bat an eyelash. We'd be like, oh, we're watching.
The entire crowd was singing along, cheering along, and then she goes, I don't sing like that. And then she takes off the guitar and the audience, people in the audience
I was confused.
Her own concert booed.
Were they booing? I thought it was more just like a what?
No, one of the original clip I saw, there are people booing. You have gotten your own audience to boo at you, girl. What?
Rebecca says Katy needs to go away for a while, then be a Masked Singer in 12 years. Girl, we got some Masked Singer news coming.
We do. I was like, how serendipitous is that? Some hot Masked Singer tea. I am so just annoyed, because I think we talked about something. We were talking about something else last week on somewhere, and we're like, if you get something, lean into it, or just like use it for marketability. Like, I don't understand why she wouldn't be singing that song at every concert now. It's the one thing, like most of the comments online are people are like, well, you had one chance to like do something for like to repair yourself and you blew it. So congrats.
Yeah, I saw that somebody in the comments say she has the same comedic stylings as Blake Lively, or she's like she can be as funny as Blake Lively, or just something like same sense of humor as Blake Lively. Definitely could not God, also like everyone was talking about the space thing and everyone kind of forgot about the space thing because now we're all obsessed with this song and then you come out and like get mad at us and then you don't even pull off the joke.
Like, it could have been a very easy, quick pivot for you. And like, she did allegedly kill a nun, like, a roundabout way. She bought a convent and then a nun died like in court defending themselves. And we're like, please don't do this, Katy Perry. Like, curse you, Katy Perry.
God, Matthew Broderick killed someone with his car. And so did Caitlyn Jenner.
Matthew
Did you know that?
Broderick?
Didn't Matthew Broderick? Yeah, it was him, right? Yeah. And you know who was in the car with him? Jennifer Grey, because they were dating during Ferris Bueller.
Oh my God.
Brother and sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So Katy Perry, you're not funny. God, just come on. Make fun of yourself. You know what I always think of is in All Stars 2, everyone hated Alaska and was calling her a snake forever. And she got on top of the joke within seconds and like wore a snake outfit and an outfit with snakes on it to the reunion. And like, Rue's like, everyone is saying that they hate you. And then Alaska just like does like hissing noises throughout the whole thing.
Exactly.
Everyone's like, oh, we can't make fun of her now.
Exactly. I don't know why Katy Perry isn't smarter. You'd think she would get, well, just look at her tour. The clip, we'll let her breathe.
Well, girl, bye. We tried to give you some grace here, and you're not taking the breadcrumbs.
Girl. Anyway, All Stars is back, guys. Okay. I was feeling fatigued. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, you especially.
God. Like, I'm like, geez. Okay, there were 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks since season 17 ended. They dropped Drag Race All Stars 10. I actually liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. The first I haven't watched the second episode, but that first episode was great. Like during the lip sync, I was like, oh, I feel something again for this show.
Agreed. You know, I think I don't know. Maybe it's just because on All Stars they have these tried and true queens that they know are going to bring it. So, well, mostly. Let's get into some of the queens. I thought we'd go through. So the way that they've done it is, as you can see here in this photo, there are 6 queens in each of these color stripes. So there are 3 different brackets. Trust me, they go through this about 6 times in the episode. They're like, there are 18 queens, 3 brackets, 6 queens in each bracket. The 3 queens who advance on from each bracket will then move into the semifinals. So each of these brackets get 3 weeks of episodes.
This is a great way to do it, though.
I actually agree.
I love it. You get to know them a little bit.
And so they don't eliminate anyone in each episode, but what they do is they give out like these points. So the 2 people who
Sarah's sweet. Let me interrupt. I see her wicked shirt. Yes, Justine got me this for my birthday. And guys, girl, it's in the show notes.
We have some news about the Wicked for Good trailer.
Yeah.
And it's not that they've sent it exclusively to us because they know that we are just the #1 fervent Wicked fans, unfortunately. So what they're doing is they're letting all the queens stay, but what they're doing is distributing points. So like the queens in the bottom 4 get to decide how these other points are distributed, and then whichever queen, the top 3 queens from each group who have the most points move on to the thing, which yes, you're like, okay. After the 5th time.
Does it really even matter what the rules are? Just like you're just watching it. I don't even know what the rules are really.
Really, all the queens are very talented, and I'm really excited. You know, of course, there's ones that I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, let's go through that and put the one that we both laughed at as last. Okay.
We didn't laugh. I didn't laugh.
Okay. All right. Well, Aja. Okay, let's start out with Aja.
Aja's #1 for me, genuinely, because she brought what this episode needed. There was 2 episodes that they've dropped now. She really is bringing realism, in my opinion. Now she's obviously more seasoned.
Yes.
She's been on more reality shows than anyone on this group. And so great. I loved her.
So fierce. And I guess spoiler alert, she does make it to the top 2 in this, and she killed it. I was like, yes, I forgot. I had such a crush on her during her season too, because she brings this very like badass, don't fuck with me energy.
Yeah.
I really like that. All right, who's next?
So she gives it, really. And she made me like not hate a song in the lip sync, like this Ice Spice garbage.
I loved it.
She actually, of course, Amanda liked it. It's about pooping. Anyway, then we have Olivia Lux, who her whole gig now is that on her first season, she was like, hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
I'm glad you made it too, babe. Okay, so Olivia Lux, her whole thing was like she was, too sweet, and everyone thought she seemed fake and sweet. So now she's like, seems to be trying to just start drama with anyone possible, where it's like, okay, girl. She looks gorgeous. Yeah. Amanda.
That's what I meant.
Phoenix. I had high hopes for Phoenix.
Listen, the second she came in, I was like, yes, girl. Oh, she's going to kill this. She's going to pull a Tatiana. And then, okay, like her famous thing, which we've already been talking about for weeks and weeks, is that like on her season, she like couldn't do the acting challenge. She like kept turning her back, and she's like, commencing in 3, 2, 1. And they're like, Phoenix, turn and face the camera. So this was, she finally got a redo. They all got to write their own verses to this song. And it was basically commencing in 3, 2, 1, but in rap form.
The number was about like doing this like glam rock type song. And her lyrics were like the most beige. She's like, come to me, I want the crown. It's like, this is the most basic shit. Now
it was very Roxy Andrews, I'm here to make it clear level.
No, that is at least was iconic.
Yeah, that's iconic.
I heard Bosco, who's also on this, was in some kind of viewing party or something and explained that the way that they do this, they record these before they even have stepped into the workroom.
What?
They do the voice, they record their lyrics and part before they've even entered the workroom.
So they had like a bunch of time.
They write their lyrics and then go to a recording like a genuine recording studio.
And then they make their first entrance.
And then they come like in the days leading up to the show.
That's some good tea.
Right? I was like, oh, so
Phoenix put that together in the weeks that she had leading up to
well, it can go I don't think it was weeks. I think it was like in the 2 to 3 days that you're in the hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
I do think that was a disservice to Phoenix, because maybe if she had been able to bounce ideas off some other people, like there might have been someone else in the room that could have helped her.
True. Yeah.
Her whole storyline though was like that in her first season. You know, each of them has a storyline. It's like, is it a redemption thing? Is it I'm back after this long period of time? Is it whatever? Hers is that she was meek in her first season and she's just afraid that she's going to do that again. Well,
she's got no personality. Like she's making an impression at least this time. So that's something.
She is. And I do think it would be hard that she's in a group with a bunch of young kids. I think she's probably 10 to 15 years older than most everyone else here.
We are both older than Chad Michaels was on his first season.
Amanda, that's a hate crime, and I'm going to need you to serve time for your crimes against humanity. Deja Skye, you know what? I actually really like her. I think she's pretty cool. I think she's going to kind of... So far, my prediction of the top 3 of this group, based on the way that they are angling all of this, is Aja, Irene, the alien, and Bosco. Those seem to be the 3 that are the show is editing to show as our top 3. Okay. I thought, Irene has come back. She was only on 1 episode previously and got kicked off. And she's really come back fiercely and is really here to be like, yes.
Rebecca says, I didn't need that info, Amanda. I'm older than you two babies. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I even said that. Because I was just imagining how old I thought. Chad seemed very old in his season. He's younger than
all I'll say is that the numbers and passages of time and all of that is something I talked to my therapist about.
Yeah, all right, gotcha.
Bosco, holy effing crap, y'all.
She's so tough.
Bosco, originally on her first season, I believe she came out as trans on her first season, but has gone through a transformation, which she acknowledges on the show that she had the money to she was able to get the money to, do it up. And all I'll say is I don't know if she paid $1 million for her tits, but she could have paid $1.1 million, and I would say it was worth it. Her boobs, guys, watch the episode alone if for that. People are all over being like, I'm having total bi panic here. All the gay guys are like, wait, am I in love with this
pretty
woman?
unclockable.
All the lesbians are living for her. The straight girls are living for her. I mean, she's stunning. And she cared. I think what's really cool about All Stars is what I'll say. And maybe that's what I'm excited about is a lot of these queens were on their first time and they are back to be like, this is me now. I'm in my strongest, most confident self. And I'm here to really kill it down, where my first time I was just learning and figuring it out. Plus they also have more money to amp it up. And I really, really like the structure they're doing because it's giving us a chance to see a bunch of queens for longer periods of time too. And then I think it's interesting. You know what? Keep it fresh. Here is the amazing lip sync. Aja ate the house down boots.
I usually don't even like watching the lip syncs. I find it kind of boring. But first of all, this song, and I would honestly just watch the lip sync to hear RuPaul have to say this song. Because the song is called You Ain't the Shit, in parenthesis, fart. And then so RuPaul had to be like, you ain't the shit, fart. It's very funny. But I thought, and I was like, the song is good. It was like kind of catchy and funny, and just it was like both of them were so good, and it was pretty clear Asha was going to win. But
I really like the first two lip syncs have shown that, you know, it doesn't all have to be about stunts. And I like that. That was what old school Drag Race was all about. You know, they would embody a song, and let's get back to that, babes. Speaking of like loving gayness, I don't know, this popped up on TikTok for me. Billie Lourd, who, you know, we love. I mean, her grandmother is Debbie Reynolds and her mother is Carrie Fisher. How is this woman not going to be an icon for the gays? Well, guess what?
She took Carrie's dog. What was the dog's name? And it was a French bulldog, and its tongue like hung out of its mouth. It had like a really amazing name. I forgot what it was, but whatever. If anyone knows in the comments, let me know, because now it's gonna bug me.
She had an interview on the red carpet of Mid-Century Modern, which is this gay show with Nathan Lane that's on Hulu. I haven't watched it because I don't have Hulu, but I'm going to be house sitting, so maybe I should watch it.
Yeah. Rebecca just said, "Did you see the trailer for Ryan Murphy's next American Horror? All's Fair?" Girl,
Rebecca,
we got it on the show notes.
I don't think that it's a American Horror Story. I think it's just
Ryan Murphy,
a show.
Yeah,
led by anyway. Okay, this Ricky Cornish kid, he like was a newscaster and now just like does stuff for other things because he interviews porn stars and whatever. Anyway, he interviewed Billie Lourd at this thing, and she's like, you know what? I love the gays. She just like is just so fabulous in it. I don't know. It just made me feel happy, and it was lighthearted because I do have some things to say in a second. So we're just leaning. We're starting light.
Yeah, we're starting light.
Next, though, Anna Camp from Pitch Perfect.
She's also in the current season of You, playing twins.
She's with a girl now. Now, here I do have a problem with this. I do have a problem with this. First of all, she was with Skylar Astin before, so that makes me question what's.
He's a little gay though, isn't he? I thought he was gay.
He gives me straight in theater vibes.
He's dabbled in the pond, I would say.
I think that most men in theater. Yeah.
All we talked about. I think it was probably Smash, where I said, "Are theater straight men more toxic than the regular theater men or the regular men that walk around us?" And we kind of agreed, yeah.
We said yes.
Yes.
Here's what I've discovered about this Anna Camp relationship. Anna Camp is 42. The girlfriend, 24. Okay, so girl, what?
I don't know if it's different for girls though. I have friends that are in their 20s.
You right now would date a 24-year-old?
Wouldn't date a 42-year-old.
Thank
wouldn't
you.
Date anyone.
I just think, what do you have in common with a 24-year-old, except maybe that you're just discovering your, you know, whatever.
I don't know, you can hang out and watch Vanderpump Rules and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be easier than having a relation and with a cis really. Well, anyway, let's not get into all of that.
Anyway, okay. I'm ready to get lit up here a second. Ramona, this dumb bitch we've hated for. I mean, like no, I'm sorry.
I saw a TikTok where it was like they did like a huge survey and it was like a big chart of the most hated housewives, and it was Teresa by like 60%.
Oh yeah,
and then Ramona was like third, like she was up there of all the housewives.
Ramona Singer, guys, who was fired for her racism.
She was fired.
She basically was the reason. Fight me on this. Fight me. She was mainly the reason that Roni got its cut. Bullshit. I'm sorry. She was a piece of shit. Well, guess what, guys? At Mar-a-Lago, she posed with Daniel Penny. Do we know who Daniel Penny is? Daniel Penny is a man who, a white man who basically murdered an unhoused individual who was in mental distress, who was doing things that they should not have been doing on the subway. Well, Daniel Penny decided to take into his own hands to basically strangle the person to death, and then became now you can argue whatever way. You can argue whatever way you want back and forth about that. But he has now become a pariah and this saint of the right, because the unhoused man was, guess what? Black.
I was not mute, but black.
He's now like he's like a Kyle Ritten. He's another Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, you know who follows Kyle Rittenhouse on their Instagram? Cody Brown.
Probably Ramona Singer, because she wrote "So Proud Daniel Penny," and she wrote hashtag.
The dog's name was Gary.
Okay, I thought it was Frank. So yeah, okay.
It was a funny man.
Yeah.
Real
similar. She wrote "So Proud Daniel Penny," hashtag a penny saved, and then she wrote hashtag hero. Now,
yikes. Okay, well, she's leaning full in.
Dorinda, who I'm going to give the tiniest bit of, well, first of all, Camille Grammer liked this. Camille Grammer, we know, is a MAGA piece of shit. And Dorinda, sorry to be so frank with it here, friends, but I'm on one lately because anyway. Dorinda, who I'm going to blame, possibly 5 martinis, decided to respond to the bottomness and just say, "You look stunning." I'm going to assume Dorinda doesn't know who this was.
Guarantee you this is 2 a.m. She didn't know who. She probably thought this was Ramona's son and was like,
Dorinda is an ardent. She is a Democrat. She campaigned for Hillary. All of that. So
yeah, I liked her.
Whatever. Guys, Ramona, enjoy your bullshit never being on TV again. You will never be on the show I'm about to talk about because you're a racist piece of shit and you're a bigot and we don't need to see your stupid ass, especially in 2025. We're sick of it. Now,
may I put addendum here? Jax is still, it was hired back by Bravo for the Valley. Jax, and so was Kristen Doty and Stassi also. Jax, though. Schwartz is on there. He's not racist, but he's awful.
The only thing I'll say
Bravo's fine with him pulling back.
Is okay.
I just popped your balloon.
Amanda, you're pissing me off. You're getting me fired up. You're getting me more fired up here.
Talk about Love Hotel. It's a little cute.
What I want to say, I want to add a tiny tag to this.
Sure.
Ramona people are assuming and believing that Ramona is going to make a leap into Florida politics.
Oh, yeah, that's what the story was. Is she actually going to?
That's why they think she's been doing this, and she is a member of Mar-a-Lago, and she spends her time there.
Trump is president, so not to be political, but he was a television personality. Hey, Rebecca, thank you for the super sticker.
Rebecca,
hey, there you go. That cheered you up, right?
Thanks. Oh my God, Rebecca. Oh my God, you understand? You understand the pain that I'm going through here in the United States.
$5 will shut him up. All right, Love Hotel.
Love Hotel, guys. Okay, this thing's chugging along. It's fine. I think the number one challenge here is you have 4 women who are at different places of wanting to date and who they want to date and what they're going to date. Because Ashley is being fed like men who are in their 30s, which the other women obviously have no interest in. And then they're very much just paired up with specific people that it's kind of not, I don't know how I feel about Love Hotel. There is, Shannon has started her meltdown this week.
Right on cue.
And this is what set it off. Okay, Earl, the guy that she's been kind of canoodling with, whose wife died of leukemia that we found out in the first 2 episodes. And so everyone's been rooting for them. Everyone, even on the show, is like, you know what? When you two are together, I just see this like great thing. They're at dinner. And Earl is like, "Oh, I don't know why you gave me this. I don't eat vegetables." That right there set Shannon off to be like, "What do you mean you don't like veg? You don't eat what? You don't eat vegetables?" And he's like, "Geez, I feel like you're like coming for me here." And she's like, "I feel like I don't even know you. Like, I don't even feel like I know who you are at all." It ends with him just being like, okay, well, I think we need a little bit of time to cool down. And he's just like, "I get it." And he walks away and she storms out. to her room, and it's just like, just fucking bullshit. I just don't even, this is just ridiculous. And it's like, Shannon, honey, you started this situation and then became mad at him for saying that she was like, in my past, I've been, which she has been in bad relationships, abusive relationships.
It's almost as if none of these women are emotionally stable enough to get back out in the dating world.
Maybe Shannon should spend more time in therapy.
Any time in therapy.
Anyway.
Can I just tell you guys what my view is if I just look over here? Beds everywhere.
You have to hold that up higher. What is that?
This is just Walter in the corner. This is how he's looking at me.
Because he hates having a million dogs.
There's 7 dogs here right now, and he's just and there's
Amanda's running a hotel for dogs at her home.
Okay, John, I actually wanted to, now that you've seen the first couple episodes, I wanted to finally actually have a discussion about this instead of just me talking about it. So like, you are caught up a little bit.
I've watched every episode except, like I said, I can't watch the episode the morning of. I don't have time.
Great. Yeah.
So, yes.
First, you didn't watch the after show.
No, I'm going to, obviously.
The one today, Scheana was just they were talking about hall passes, and she's like, it's just like, it's hard for hall passes because Brock knows that I can actually like realistically land any of mine. And then whoever's sitting in the room with her is like, Then they talk about,
she can.
Oh, and then someone said Miley Cyrus. Somebody was like, "Oh, can I say girls?" And they were like, "Oh, Miley Cyrus." And then Scheana's like, "Oh, mine's Miley Cyrus too, actually. Except I know Miley Cyrus, so I like can't really say that." It's like, Scheana, shut the fuck up. But other than Scheana, just on that, what are your thoughts on Jax especially, and the Schwartz, Jax, Schwartz, and Jesse in the after show? Because that's the show you want to watch, is the discomfort of those men.
I think Jax is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I hate to be one of those people, and I know there's people online being like, "You sound terrible," but you know, I do think Brittany knew what she was getting into. I don't think that I'm gonna fall to victim either, but I do think like you fell in love with Jax Taylor, who you knew was a piece.
Fucking charming. I guarantee you.
I don't care. You know he's a piece of shit.
Well, maybe she did. Brianna says it's my first VPR watch.
Hey,
the worst ever. Yeah, doesn't get any better. She sucks. She really is awful. Every season she's bad. So is James.
Brianna, stay tuned because I do have something in the TikTok section slightly about you. Oh my god! I did see Brianna's live. I checked in. I swiped in. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry. This is how I get sidetracked.
Brittany did think she could change him, and he definitely let her think, because he does what all the men do, is they get nice for a little bit, and then you're like, oh, this is so amazing, and then they're awful. We've all been through it. Some of us have done it.
2025 is really going to be the year of women, like we just know men ain't shit. Men ain't shit. And in fact, why not? I'll just drop it here. I was reported for a comment on TikTok. This was on Brianna's TikTok video.
Brianna.
Dave Portnoy. And I literally, the comment is, men are useless. This got removed for community guidelines. Now, here's my problem.
God.
But I have reported fully the most crazy racist shit ever, and they will be like, oh, no violations found.
Freedom of speech.
And yet men are useless is considered a community guidelines violation.
By men, dear. They don't want that out there. They don't want us
insane. Okay, so, but the Valley, I'm so on board. I like it. I do think I really liked, I go back and forth. There was this clip that I have seen where Nia, Brittany is like, well, we don't ever talk about Danny drinking.
I agree with Brittany on this. I agree with Lala. Lala had the same thing too, where it's like, if I'm putting all my shit out there, you guys can't act like you're the perfect couple on screen. It's annoying.
I think that Lala, in Lala's case, I will always dog on Lala.
Yeah, I know.
In Lala's case, she didn't want her stuff out there either until it was forced to be.
Oh, I mean, that is always a good point.
Once it was forced to be out there, of course you're going to sit out there and be like, you should get yours forced out too. Well, you know what, Brittany? You went on the show knowing who Jax was, knowing the addiction and all of his shit. And I'm not dogging out an addiction, but that's what the start of the season was, is him going to rehab to whatever.
Have you heard the behind the scenes stuff about that? And I believe all of it because I love believing a conspiracy, that there are cameras in the house that caught the fight and it was way more violent than they're letting on.
Oh,
stipulation was we will release that unless you go to rehab.
Mm-mm.
And then he still goes to rehab and fucking rage text her. It's like
he was forced to go to rehab. Yeah. He wouldn't be rage texting her if he wanted to go to fix himself. Yeah. He is the type that does that to rehab his image more than anything.
But no one's buying it now. And on those after shows, which were filmed a couple months ago, it's very clear that it's very terrifying to watch him now. Just now to hear him speak. Ooh.
I think some of those after shows were filmed. I think they piece in clips that were filmed like a week or two ago. Because the one last week, there was a clip of Jax talking about something that happened like 3 days prior on.
Oh, the dick thing. Where did the dick come out? Yeah, that's right.
I was like, wait, this just happened like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
I still haven't been able to find the picture unedited.
Me neither. I've looked. It's apparently big. He says it's big.
I don't believe that, but okay. I mean, I think it's probably fine, but I also think it's probably like riddled with lots of things because the man, I mean, don't they say anyway, not going to make assumptions, and I'll say allegedly. Scheana Shay.
Right.
Just finish a little wrap of our VPR. Well, these people aren't even related to VPR anymore because there's a new cast. So.
Yeah, but these idiots keep coming out of the woodwork here. So I'll just go ahead and read this. So Scheana, and I did watch the clip of her. It's like 9 minutes of her crying over this. Scheana Shay opened up about feeling depressed over the past 6 months. No growling, please. Over the past 6 months, getting emotional as she shared what she's been going through. She said it all started around the time when she was asked to be on The Masked Singer. While she felt honored to be part of the show, she admitted she was scared and hesitant. Worried about being judged or being made fun of. When she was eliminated first stop, she had a meltdown in her trailer, feeling overwhelmed by the fear that people would mock her for going home so early. Now, I'm just going to say this really quickly. The worst thing for any person's mental health in the world, John, I'm talking to you, is looking at your own comments. Or don't do that. It's like, we're not supposed to know the shit other people are saying about us, but Scheana cannot stay out of her comments. So that's all she was thinking about was on The Masked Singer. People are going to say this. I'm going to read people saying this. Girl, just go and be your authentic self. Have fun. And then just go home to your baby and your husband. And don't look at the comments.
I think Scheana was expecting to not get... I think the biggest thing here is that she got kicked off first. And that was a blow to her ego.
But what did she think was going to happen? Does she actually think she's a good singer?
That's what I was wondering. Like, we saw the clip of her singing, and it's not good. Like, it's not good.
She's not even in on that joke. Like, that's annoying to me. If you were in on the joke that you are terrible, but like your song kind of rocks, and it's kind of a banger, and it's kind of fun that you're bad, but you're also like you're selling it as much as you can. You thought you could do well on The Masked Singer that Leanne Rimes won at one point?
You know, Ariana Maddox was on Watch What Happens Live.
I saw
2 days ago or something.
Of course.
And they ask her about Scheana being on, somehow it gets brought up, Scheana being on Dancing with the Stars. And I'm pretty sure Ariana said something along the lines of, Dancing with the Stars like doesn't want you if you're like desperate to be a part of it, basically. And I was like,
yay! Ariana should go on Masked Singer next year because she would probably do
and win.
Oh man, Scheana would be so upset. Oh, Scheana.
Guys, speaking of career turns, Rachel's back, guys. Raquel Leviss, formerly Raquel Leviss.
She is a victim. Watching her with James is brutal. I can't believe nobody stepped in earlier on their relationship where he's like, I don't want to date someone with a fucked up nose bite. I mean, what did I get with you that first night because you have a great personality? No, I saw your face, just 6 foot tall model.
I don't know how to say this either. I feel like I'm gonna come off as like a victim blamer here, but I'm like, you also like she also knew who he was going into like this.
He's charming though, and Ariana fell for
I
it.
don't care. You have a television. It is not like you are meeting this person fresh off nothing and they were charming you. You have years of a television show to watch previous to dating them. She could have seen him spit on Kristen's door. All of that.
No. Oh, sorry. We're talking about James. I moved on to Sandoval. Yes, I agree.
Oh.
Getting with James was insane.
To me, Sandoval is different than James and Jax. I do not believe that Sandoval ever has ever done anything physical to anyone he's ever been with.
No, for sure not. I think he would cry.
I mean, he's cheated on everyone because he's a narcissist who gets away with
Schwartz. I don't think Schwartz. I think they both punched holes.
Now, Schwartz did pour a beer on Katy, and that is technically assault.
Yeah, well, Schwartz is a monster. They're all monsters.
Okay.
Every single man.
Here's what happened. Raquel is now doing like meditation and sound baths and shit. Yeah. And someone bought a cameo from her and posted it on TikTok. And it says, I was not expecting an 8-minute sound bath from Raquel when I woke up this morning. The video's 8 minutes and it is Raquel being like, hi, I'm just so happy to just see you. And here was the comment that was my favorite was, why did this make me more anxious? Because it was so like, it was very weird. It's like not a vibe you want to get.
She's so uncomfortable in her own skin and with talking that like, I think she just makes everyone uncomfortable around her because you're like so nervous for her.
But it's like, why would you, if you are so worked up about speaking in public or on camera or for groups, why would you pursue any kind of anything in the entertainment, anything? I don't understand.
I don't know.
How are you going to lead groups for sound baths if you're scared to talk in front of a group? Anyway,
that podcast.
I'm going to give Raquel grace. And please, guys, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm victim blaming. I'm not. All I'm saying is that I think some of these people, you had years to watch someone on television.
James was never good. James was never good.
He was really always terrible.
Like just really abusive. More so than Jax, because Jax can at least like be. Jax is more villainous in that deviant. He can control himself.
Jax is more mentally abusive. James is physically abusive.
But James is also like
allegedly.
A boy. He just screams out whatever. Like he'll call you fat. He'll call you ugly. He's just cruel.
He's evil in the core, honestly. And I hate to be like that, but if you have that stuff bubbling under the surface, that when you fight someone, you're gonna call out all these terrible things about like their appearance, about this, that, and the other.
I'm shocked he's never gotten caught saying the N-word. Like I'm actually shocked because that just seems like the most natural thing to blurt out. So it's coming though, I'm sure. Let's just wait.
I am so agitated at that dumb bitch who called a 5-year-old the N-word and now has raised a bunch of money. I'm going to need her to go jump off a cliff.
Suck a dick.
Okay, so let's do a slight change here. Lena Dunham is coming out with a show.
Don't do it. Don't say it like that. I was excited about this. It's Lena Dunham, and it's a show based on her life, of course. And I think this is a really fun Rita Wilson, she's in there. But Andrew Rannells is in it, and all these freaking people.
The things I liked about this was Rhea Perlman, of course.
Yes.
And then the lead, who isn't on this for some reason, is Meg Statler, who's playing the Lena Dunham role, because this this show is supposed to be kind of based around Lena Dunham's life. I guess.
Yeah, when she went to she spent a year abroad or something doing something.
I think she goes to London to work for some kind of something.
Yeah, but I'm interested in that. Again, that's like her wheelhouse, is writing about stuff she knows. So I'm actually really excited about this show.
It's called Too Much. And yeah, there are great people in here. Richard E. Grant, I love. And really, Meg Statler is so funny that I think that
I don't know.
she was in She was in Hacks, I think the first season, maybe.
Can't get into that show.
She is
But
so
I
funny.
think that the main girl, Hannah Einenbach or whatever her name is, looks like Gwen, one of Cody's children.
Oh, she's what's her name's daughter. Lorraine Newman's daughter.
Oh, okay. I actually kind of like that nepotism because that's a very niche nepo baby. Like Lorraine Newman's not going to get you that far, is what I'm saying.
Well, in comedy, so anyway,
Okay.
nepotism always works no matter what the situation. And that comes from me, who is currently a Nepo baby. Speaking of, if you'd like to buy any real estate or sell any real estate in the Arizona area, let me know. This show's coming out, All's Fair, which, guys, what the thing that I saw about this is that Kim Kardashian is the
lead.
She is the lead of this show that's about a all women's law firm, which love that idea. And it has strong, I mean, the other women in it are Glenn Close, Sarah Paulson, Tiana Taylor, Niecy Nash, and Naomi Watts. I mean, there's star power in here. I'm just like, but hinging an entire show on Kim Kardashian, I'm sorry, I don't think she's a good actress.
I'm sure they're writing for her, so all she has to do is just kind of say words.
I just want to know, how much did she have to pay to get this show to happen?
She's already been in his stuff, though. I think they have a good working relationship.
Becky, which show are you excited about?
This one.
Okay. I'm curious. Was this why she studied law, as Rebecca said? Yes, this was the extent of her law thing.
Well, I'd rather her do that than actually get into law. But the concept of this is like they show it's a really long extended trailer, but they have like a man sit down and like I think it's like a divorce, right? And he's like, "You can't do anything to me," and Kim Kardashian's like, "Just wait and see," or something. But it's like clearly they're gonna like basically frame his ass and like just unload all his dirty laundry. And I can watch a show like that all day long.
I would agree. I like messy, weird stuff. Wait for my movie corner because you will be surprised at how I feel about something I watched. Right. Anyway, the thing that's bugging me here is like I just think Kim, what? And the leg slit on the skirt.
Okay, well, let's just. Oh, I mean, I definitely will be watching that. So comes in the fall. Big lineup coming up here, and just like that, and then goes right into all.
Perhaps Amanada will come in the fall. Speaking of fall. Oh wait, no, this will be in February 2026. Cynthia Erivo's doing a one-woman show of Dracula.
Oh, it's one-woman show, you say?
Yeah, they say she's going to play 20-some characters. I think this is in London, actually.
Sounds boring.
I would be into this.
One-person show is so boring.
Oh, oh my God, I love that when the person's actually engaging and good.
Yeah. I like to change it up.
Wendy's Front Yard says Ryan always thinks he needs people like Kim and Gaga ever since he lost Jessica. Yeah, bring back Jessica Lange.
Oh, Jessica Lange lost her? She over it?
She stopped doing
Step back.
American Horror Story a while ago, and so he doesn't really have her for any of her.
Love Jessica Lange.
Love. Okay, so speaking of Cynthia, we found out a bit of news about the Wicked for Good trailer. We've been salivating. They
are just eking out. Like we're like, okay, just show it to us already.
Well,
fine line.
We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer because the trailer is going to be released with the re-release of Wicked 1 in theaters June 4th, I think.
I guess I'm going to that. I mean, I will. June 4th? Like next week?
It's May 14th, sweetheart. So June 4th is about 3 weeks from
next week. That's next week. There's so many dogs here.
I have to take my life day by day. So that seems like a long time for me, but we'll see. I'm excited, and I'm sure it'll be up on the internet within 5 minutes of it being released in theaters. So I'm excited.
Knock my socks off because Jesus Christ, you like the anticipation just for a trailer. Come on.
The thing that someone has pointed out is like in the original, the script where it says Wicked, the colors were blended, and in Wicked for Good, they're completely split because Elphaba and Glinda have completely split about who they are and blah 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 blah.
Okay, I guess I don't really see that here. I actually think that this looks more blended than the first one does. When I picture the first movie, I picture it as pink and green, and this looks more like a shade of purple.
I'm talking about this where it says wicked for good. The words.
Oh.
See how WIC is green and KED is... You know what? The internet sleuths will find every last detail there is.
They will.
Little musical interlude. Guys, first of all...
Is this our movie corner or not? No.
We have one last thing. First of all, guys, go on to pbs.com. Go on, support them for $5 a month. We need to help our public broadcasting system because guess what? They're playing amazing things on, I think it's...
Oh man,
what is it called? Great performances.
Great performances. That was like, I feel like that's where us 80s kids were getting like the Into the Woods, like those random music.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was a kid watching this, I would have grasped onto this and watched it. I would have watched this 14 times by now.
I would have, if this had come out when we were like in college, it would have been our entire personality.
Oh my God, we would have been.
Anyway, they did Next to Normal, which is a production of it that I think was in London, right?
UK, but it stars, what's this girl's name?
Cassie Levi.
The recognized her is that she's the original Elsa in the Broadway Frozen. You can see her sing at the Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this guy was kind of weird, but like I don't know this show at all. Aaron Tveit is in it in the original, and Brian Darcy James is in the original. I saw like a video.
The story is that like this is a family recovering from the death of like the grief of the death of like the son and how that carries through them, and the mother is struggling with substance abuse addiction or like
mental illness
addiction and mental illness related to all that. So there you go.
But the performances, I mean, I'm watching this. The performances are all stellar. This girl is really good. She was original Matilda, unoriginal Matilda in UK. The son, everyone's like dogging on him in the comments because he's not Aaron Tveit, but like, sorry, he's not Aaron Tveit. I think it's amazing.
I've been seeing like amazing reception about it.
I thought everyone was, I mean, I don't know the show, so I don't know what it's supposed to be like, but loved it. And her and Casey and the girl that plays the daughter, Natalie, I can't imagine what their heads must hurt so much because they are both crying through the entire and they are actually crying. And like I always think of Fun Home because it's like there was just the hour of not letting yourself cry and then how much my head was pounding on the subway home. So like that must be how they feel at the end of this because there is no moment on stage where they are both not like eyes welled with tears and looking like they're on the verge of losing it.
Yes. I really liked in this that like the original one who played the mother was Alice Ripley, who I really liked. She did a really great job at it, but there was something about this version that felt more modern. And I know I'm just even when that original one came out, that didn't necessarily she didn't feel like a modernish mother. This feels very much like.
And that's very dated in the early 2000s because it was kind of the set was like scaffolding. Mm-hmm. They were doing a lot of that with like Dreamgirls did that, but like this was like a kitchen. It was like a house, and they utilized. I don't know, guys, go watch it. It's only 2 hours long, 2 hours and 9 minutes, and it's all sung through. I did not know this was a rock opera. It's very similar to The Who's Tommy, actually. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't imagine anyone sitting down and watching this and not loving it. Every song is good and catchy, and everyone's voice is a classic music theater voice. There's not all these runs and trills. Everyone's voice is just a perfect, crisp music theater tone. Loved it. Check it out.
I know that you can. I believe that if you go on PBS, their streaming thing is included if you do like a $5 a month donation. So you can watch this if you do that, and you can in turn help save PBS because guess what? Donald
Trump, the Trump administration.
Yes. What happened to our names? Where did our names go?
They go away when I put up a comment.
Oh, is that new? I don't like that.
I don't know. StreamYard is always doing something different here.
AP says, shout out to SATC for never passing the Bechdel test.
Oh, no.
Okay, so it's time. Okay. I have not had Prime, so I haven't watched anything on Prime, but I had access to Prime, and I was like, Let's see. This Another Simple Favor is on Prime. Okay. This was the Blake Lively thing with the big hat that I dogged on.
Oh yeah.
And, it's following Blake's drama in It Ends With Us, needing to be her own stylist, director, etc., etc.
Anna Kendrick clearly had a horrible time making the movie with her and did not try to mask those thoughts.
I will say Anna Kendrick was great in this movie. I was like, oh, I like you. This movie, I'll say I didn't hate it, surprisingly. It is nuts. How about that? This movie is insane. If you would like, the idea, just looking at this photo, Allison Janney plays Blake Lively's aunt, who has recently come into her life. Alex Newell is in it.
Really?
For less than 3 minutes, but has every time they pop in, amazing, fabulous.
You guys don't know who Alex Newell is? Check out her singing. This is a trans woman. And I feel like I need to say that because that makes it almost more impressive. That song from that fucking Corn musical.
I thought you were going to say Mama Will Provide, because that's where she does. That's amazing. Independently Owned, I think.
Independently Owned, because the song keeps transposing higher and higher and higher. And it is just like, oh, it's so good.
Guys, if you want to watch something dumb, and I will say it was like, I kept being like, huh? Wait, what?
Is that other guy that's not Andrew Rannells, the Asian man? Is that the one of the Kens from Barbie?
No, that is Henry Golding, who was in Crazy Rich Asians. And he's been in a couple other things. He is fine as hell. And he is like naked in the movie. He's naked in the movie. I will say, I think this is like, this movie is insane. The
Hangover movie? Like put it on the background Hangover movie?
The premise, sure, maybe.
You don't need to pay a lot of attention, but it can like be on as fluff in the background.
Sure, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they have all these reveals where you're like, oh, what? Basically, the premise here is that Blake Lively is getting married to a man who is in the mob, and she's getting married in Italy. And she's invited Anna Kendrick there to be her maid of honor, even though Anna Kendrick is like a mommy blogger who does true crime stuff. And so there's like someone dies, some other people die, all these just like crazy weird shit that you're like, huh? And it has Allison Janney, and then it has that woman who plays Celia in the show Weeds. What is her name?
Oh, Elizabeth Perkins.
And
Elizabeth Flintstone to me.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth Perkins plays Blake Lively's mother. And she is like playing it as like this criminally insane woman.
She was on Watch What Happens live this week. I saw.
Yes, she was publicizing for this movie. Now I don't remember if they showed a clip of her in it, because literally all her clips are like, "You're a devil. There's a devil inside you." It's like, how did you go from like what you're anyway?
Hey guys, this is now the 4th week in a row that we've had Sinners on our list. John, don't disappoint us here.
Minnie Jones moans here, guys. Don't make plans to go to things with people who have children.
Right.
Because they will always need to move it. So I'm actually supposed to be seeing Sinners today. I was supposed to see it Monday, had to be moved because of the other person I'm going with has a child. Anyway.
Sounds awful. Okay, well, great. So you'll report back. This thing better be amazing.
It's supposed to be amazing. People have been going to it multiple times. They're saying it's like the best movie ever.
The Doughboys loved it.
One thing I do want to publicize is I saw a preview for this movie.
Okay.
Jay Schwa, I will have seen it next week. Sorry, continue to edge. Just continue edging. This movie I saw a preview for. It's called Things Like This. Premise here is, first of all, I do want to point out it's a gay movie. And they have one of the leads is a man of size. I don't know how else to say that.
I don't know what this is, but I saw this on your picture list, and I figured that's what it was, and I was like, hey, what a concept.
I'm like, what? And the concept here is that these two guys, I guess in kindergarten or something, kissed, and then it's a kismet moment where they come back together in the city. and then they start dating each other. But it looks so cute. I
And
cried.
it's in actual theaters. And you know what? Bo and Yang is in a gay movie coming up. There are more gay movies in theaters. Which...
Okay, well, I want to finish this one.
Oh,
Cried in the review. It comes out on Friday. I will be seeing it this weekend. I highly recommend anyone who has a chance to go see this, please go see it, because gay movies need to keep being made, especially in the climate that we're in. We need to be able to, even if they're shit, we need to support them, because representation matters. And I think this is really cool that they have a larger man who is not, I mean, there is a moment where he's eating ice cream like out of a tub, but I think they're relating it to him having depression. So I'm like, okay.
The whale.
It's not that, oh, this guy's like, you're so fat that like I can't imagine being with you. That isn't brought up in the trailer. So I'm excited to see this movie, and I'm seeing Sinners. So go see this. Sing Things Like This.
All right, great. Do you want to get to my wormhole? This is actually
yes.
Okay, so I have been watching The Rehearsal. For all the girlies that know, is this it? Oh, I'm sorry. This. Okay, The Rehearsal is really fucking good, especially if you love plane crashes and if you're obsessed with Miracle on the Hudson. It's kind of all about plane crashes. It is about plane crashes. The concept of this whole season is that Nathan is going to fix. He's gotten all the cockpit audio of all these plane crashes that happened, kind of that could have been saved, but then the captain, and he's noticing that the co-pilot is always too nervous to speak up, it seems, based on like the transcript. So that's kind of what the overarching thing is. But this one episode, he goes into like, he pretends he lives Sully's entire life, and that's the best episode ever, episode 3. But and what's this? And then he just, it's a Nathan Fielder show. So this girl, her name is
welcome.
A man. Lana Love, a singer, is she saw a casting announcement for this to be on, and this is how it was announced. It was a show, an HBO singing competition show, which already should have been like, what? HBO singing competition show. And the prize will be that you will get to perform a copyright-free song on TV in a sound studio that is made up to look like the Houston National Airport. It says it in the list of like, this is what you win at the end. So this girl auditions for it. It's weird, obviously, because it's weird. The concept is that it's called Wings of Voice. So if you walked into a room here.
Okay, wait. Pause. How is this relating to the plane crashes?
It all does relate, but like the layers of Nathan Fielder, it would take me 2 hours to even get.
So though his ultimate rehearsal, is he like gonna be on the plane? Is he gonna put these people on the plane?
I don't know where he's going, John. There's no way to know what he's doing.
Okay.
But here's the kind of, you walk in, you're a singer, you audition for this. You have an agent. This girl had an agent who sent her to this. She walks in. This is the people who are behind you. It's called Wings of Voice. To me, I would immediately know that this is some kind of funny show. I'd be like, they're making fun of something. Also, HBO has never had a singing competition show. I'd be like, oh, this is obviously a parody of something. This girl spent $10,000 of her own money to fly back and forth. All this shit. She comes out and she does an interview. She breaks her NDA to bitch about this. And then she got on. This is her right in the center here. And so it's like, so you achieved the prize. And now she's like, well, they're just making fun of us. And Nathan Fielder is making a mockery out of it. And this is not what singing's about. Girl, this is exactly what the business is about. I did a gig as Super Grover for a season around like Times Square and shit. This is what the gig is. No one's going to want to work with you now. You broke your NDA. You should be fucking thrilled that you were on a Nathan Fielder show right now instead of going and bitching about it to some magazine. What are your thoughts?
My feeling is I do think it sucks that the girl had to spend her money and this, that, and the other for that. And I do think that people who are in that position are really desperate to get their whatever known.
Right. Now, the argument that I saw made for that was that they were assuming that it was going to be LA locals. Nobody asked her to please fly back for this. They were just like, it's like American Idol. You get like a gold card if you continue to move on type.
Yeah. So that's what I would say is it is that idea, like Rebecca says, this girl's Katy Perry Jr. It is kind of the thing where it's like, why not ride it? That's the circumstance you were dealt in that piece. And it's like, either what are you gonna, you could sue them, or it's like when not Bette Midler, Barbara Streisand, like, didn't she fight to have her thing removed off?
Barbara Streisand effect. So if you bitch about something, it's just going to put more attention on it. But the other thing is that all these other people who signed the NDA are now blowing up, because this is how Drag Race is. Rue says it's not about winning Drag Race, it's what you do afterward. So like all of these people have this chance. They're all posting, look, I'm on this thing. How crazy. And so like, that's how she should have done this. One fun thing here is that somebody posted, this is like when they were auditioning. Someone posted on a forum during the audition process, hey, everyone, just to update you guys, I got there. It was super weird and sketchy. They have you in a parking garage, then walk you over into a studio, which is just another big empty room. The song choices were super weird. I sang House of the Rising Sun. They had signs everywhere asking us to sing Poor Girl instead of Poor Boy. So not sure what that was about. I was taken to a smaller building where there were little rooms. And when I went in,
the Poor Girl's going to be a thing later then, right?
I guess I don't know. I don't even know where that comes from. So maybe I was surprised because it was one dude who literally looked like he was an airline pilot and gave no feedback and passed on me immediately when I was done. I saw 2 people get golden tickets or whatever, but overall it was super weird. Unless you have a Mariah Carey voice, there's no reason to waste your time, which actually doesn't turn out to be true. But yeah, this girl, she just, I didn't sign up to be the punchline of a joke. Bitch, you are on like a huge show right now.
Okay. Well, was the punchline that you have a bad voice or anything?
No, she wasn't. Nobody. That wasn't the joke.
You're not the punchline, then, girl.
It wasn't. It was turned into. Then after Nathan had everyone rate him on the way out as a judge, so that's what it was about. No one was making fun of the singing. You were not a punchline. You got to perform in the episode. You got a whole feature. So zip it. Don't complain. Me and John talked about when you're in theater. Even if you're standing up for yourself, it's not going to turn out well for you.
No. And that, in fact, don't do theater unless you're willing to be like walked all over.
Don't do theater.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Please do theater, because I like to go see it.
People should do theater. Do it if you want.
I don't know what these stories are, so you tell your...
Great. I just have a couple of TikToks here. One of my favorite things that I'm watching here is this girl who does these things called How Long Does It Actually Take? And it's about procrastination. And she just goes, hello, welcome to How Long Does It Actually Take? Where I perform the task of something I've been procrastinating for like months. And then she'll like do it and do a time lapse. And then she'll tell you how long it takes. So here's her doing drawers. She's like, I've never cleaned out these drawers. I've been procrastinating it for 2 years. And I'm going to clean out this closet. I've never done it. I've been procrastinating for years. And it ends up taking 27 minutes, 14 minutes. And like, it's good. And everyone in the comments is like, this actually does inspire me to do it. It's like, just do it. It will take you no time.
Mm-hmm.
That's something fun. What's this? Okay.
I have no idea what that is.
I cannot even tell you how obsessed I am with this, to the point where I looked up what the source material is, and it's Miss Rachel, and now I know the song. This is Lala Kent with her daughter, who is so cute. This is Randall's daughter, who got a circumstance where she ends up looking like the busted parent, but she's in a cute way. Like, she's adorable. And this is Lala singing with her, and they're singing this phonics song. It's like phonics, phonics, phonics song. Do you know it? Because I looked it up. That's how it goes. Watch this 100 times. It's so cute.
100 times.
I think I watch it every day at least. Like, I watch it like regularly throughout the day. Because it centers, and it's just so cute and precious, and her daughter is so cute, and you just need to go watch it. It'll make you like Lala, and she's a really good mom. It's really cute. And the daughter, this was a moment in my life where I was like, I would enjoy that. But then it's like, no, go.
Except when they're like yelling at you because they don't want to eat dinner, or they throw shit
I don't
on
want
the floor.
The whole rest of it. And then what's this last one?
All right, well, I'm gonna get political here for a second. In the US, I watched this video on TikTok. And this was the fucking shit that I was so worked up about this crap. This is they're making cuts to Medicaid. If you guys don't know what Medicaid is, it's basically a health system that unfortunately we have to use because we have such a shit healthcare system in the United States. That if you don't make enough money, you use Medicaid. So that they can steal more money, take more. Anyway, whatever. It's a system that is vitally important. In fact, a huge number of children use Medicaid to live, and people who are disabled use Medicaid to live. Okay.
Hey, veterans.
So, don't even get me started. Because I know a lady who argued to me that Trump is better for veterans when he was elected, and my head about exploded. But this video really was disgusting, in my opinion. It's protesters who are in there just shouting no cuts to Medicaid. One of them is this girl who is in a wheelchair, and I sobbed watching this because she's shouting no cuts to Medicaid, and then you can tell that it is taking every ounce of energy from her voice that she can't even catch her breath to say it again, and it is disgusting. I think that what I want to just end here today, I don't mean to bring the tone down or whatever. I think that it is important that we, if at the bare minimum of what we can do is to continue to say that this is wrong, at the bare minimum. I feel like we are so falling into this place of being oh, well, it's happening, but what can I do? Say something at least.
You should see. Me and Jody I'll bring up the healthcare system in Canada every so often, and I always delete these comments because I don't even entertain it. But there'll be a barrage of comments being just so the Canadian healthcare system is actually bullshit. And I'm all right. There's no way to change your mind. My ankle surgery cost me $10, so I don't really know where your argument's about to come from.
I'm fully convinced that the people who use those arguments could literally be convinced of anything if the right person in their mind is telling them. So please don't be that person. I'm so fucking sick of it. And I think something's so disgusting. I mean, what is going on? What is going on? I don't want to bring it down. And I love you guys so much. But those are the things, if we don't have that, what do we have? War? Great. So all we're out about is war and death. We can't even use any of our taxpayer money to help people. I'm sick of it. Anyway, keep using your voice, and we will always use our voices. And
you can on TikTok because you get all those community violations against you.
I wouldn't get a community violation for saying this, I bet. But if I write "men are useless,"
and you're showing butts all over the place, you're allowed to be nice to men.
You can show a hard dick on TikTok, but you can't write "men are useless" in the comments. We love you guys so much.
And I had 7 dogs in here today. Look at that one back there. Yeah, I mean, they were perfect. A round of applause to the puppy, especially Walter. Thanks, guys. Make sure you check out our Patreon. We did Smash this week. We did Vanderpump Rules last week. Where are they here? I got rid of the Smash one by accident. But yeah, and then our feed dropped today. You guys will, figure it out. But our main feed dropped on YouTube an hour ago. So stay here, leave a comment here, and then tippy tap over to our episode. What was it? This one? This one.
Yes.
No comment there, please. Come on.
In case you guys didn't know, we did switch our release schedule to line up more with the And Just Like That releases. So the way it'll work is on Mondays, we release our Patreon stuff, and that includes the early access for our main feed. And then on Wednesday, we drop the main feed. So baby, you can do the main feed and the live all on Wednesday. Really just beat your meat to this shit and get going, baby.
Share and copy, share copy, share copy.
Yes, share and then push copy link. Do it 3 times in a row. We love you guys so much. And thanks for listening, and thanks for being there. Community is important. Representation matters, and we love you.
Bye.
Bye.